Aldo for It's Tejano Time,
And I'm Nemo with Tejano USA.
and you're listening and watching Tejano Talk. Hey, Nemo, how's it going?
It's going good.
You good?
Yes, sir. I have some late
Okay.
feedback. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Somebody, was that you? We got to turn down the volume. Right. Okay.
Turn it.
Okay. Well, our guest can't, I mean, our audience can't hear our guest right now, but we can. Hey,
Not we.
Nemo, I had a celebration this weekend.
What kind?
Okay, you know how you say I don't visit my mom that often?
Yeah.
Well, I visited my mom at Texas A&M. We celebrated my parents' 60th anniversary this weekend
Sweet.
here.
60.
Yes, and to honor them, my brother and sister and I, made an endowment for a scholarship under my parents' name. So every year, as long as A&M exists, there'll be a scholarship, and it'll be for like a veteran or a veteran's child,
So,
like that.
what is that? How much does that entail?
I don't know. I think the endowment was maybe like 25, 30,000.
Wow.
And
And that's
so,
between y'all three? Oh, you
yes.
three siblings?
Well, it's also a corporate partnership and stuff like that. But we had to put a certain amount of money in, and they
Oh, okay.
matched. And
Okay, that's
so,
cool.
yeah, so it's probably like $1,000, fifteen hundred
Oh,
dollars
oh, that's
a
great.
scholarship every year. Because
And what's their names?
Oraldo and Georgina Salcedo.
Hey, shout out to them. The
Yes, and
Salcedo, 60 years.
yes. Well, technically, their anniversary is in October, but we celebrated this past week. It was a surprise for them.
Oh, yeah. Especially if it's early, it's going to be a surprise.
Yes. Okay. I am excited about our guest.
And you should be.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say I've known her, but I met her back in the 90s,
Me too.
and I and I was impressed, and I'm still impressed every time I see her. You know what? I even told my students today. I said I feel a little giddy, I'm nervous and stuff because I am so happy that I have this guest, that
This
we
is
have
a
this
this is
guest.
definitely a cool guest.
Yes, and you know what? I love Stephanie. All right,
We know.
but if Stephanie didn't exist, our next guest would. Oh, and I love Shelly too. Don't get me wrong, like that. But she's definitely she's tied to for me like that. I
Yeah,
really was impressed when I met her. Okay, let's get some business out of the way though, right?
yeah.
Let's see if. Okay, we don't get paid for this.
Okay,
All
here we
right,
go.
it's gentleman's understand. No, gentleman agreement, a lady's understanding. Tejano's helping Tejanos. Okay, subscribe. Click
She's
that
gonna
bell.
show you how to do this. But go ahead.
Okay, well, maybe she's okay. Our guest has had a podcast or two before,
Yeah.
but we'll talk about that later. But
She's
please
gonna do.
subscribe. Tell your friends. Uh, if I'm so nervous like that, but okay, just they know what to do, right? Okay,
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
if they need to contact us,
Oh,
you
here we
can
go.
contact me at buddy@itstejanotime.com and
Wait. Marge said, okay, he's not too late.
uh, okay,
It's
okay.
Nemo 6753 at.
Yahoo! Thank you, Mark. He
You
he
are.
did that. Okay, thanks. All right, now Nemo, do you want to? Uh,
There's no. I mean, she's probably
there is.
the one of the best kept secrets in reality because she's like, if you, I guess would say she's a musician. She does it all.
She,
I really can't explain her other than she is
she's a
top
triple
notch.
threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, she's a triple threat. She's beautiful, great voice, and one of the funniest ladies that I've ever
She
met.
is definitely
Like,
has a cool
yes,
personality.
yes, okay, and I'm sure everybody knows that with just those three descriptions. Okay, we have Rebecca Valadez. All right,
Hello.
Mhm.
Hi, welcome. It's Tejano time with your friends at Tejano Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to like and subscribe to your favorite YouTube
See,
channels.
it's that easy.
she
That's what I'm
is
talking
good.
about.
Okay, now you told us earlier that your daughter taught you how to do that. Is that
They
right?
did. They watch a lot of YouTube family stuff online, mostly like little girls that have their own channels. And at first, I didn't like it because these are extremely rich little girls and they get basically whatever they want. There was one episode where the little girls locked themselves in a box and shipped themselves off to some girl named Cookie Swirl C.
No
And
way.
my daughter
Via
was like, she was like 5 years old. She's like, I want to do that. I want to go
Wait,
Cookie
this is
Swirl C.
real?
Yeah, but I
was
mean,
it
it's
via
fake. It's
FedEx
fake.
or
It's
via
yeah.
UPS?
They just film themselves in a box and make believe like they went
Oh.
on a trip in a
Oh,
box.
okay.
But my kids thought it was real, and I was like, whoa, 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 no,
Well,
y'all
that really
cannot
did
do that.
happen. You know that, right? Somebody from they went cross country via
Oh,
FedEx,
but they died,
and
did they?
What?
no, they
In the airplane?
survived. No, they survived.
I'm gonna do that then, because
Yeah,
you know how
because it was less
much
No,
it
expensive
is
to
to.
ship
no,
himself
no, 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 no,
versus
no, 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 no.
take
Don't do that. Don't do
there.
that.
No, man, I tell you what, I wanted to go on vacation recently and I looked up all the prices for 5 people because it's my husband and the 3 kids,
Okay.
possibly the dog. And I was like, then we're going to go vacation in the backyard. That's for real right now. We're going to go camping later and that's it. That's
A
vacation.
staycation.
You
Wow,
have 3 daughters, right?
Staycation.
3 daughters?
Yeah.
Okay. What are their ages?
and a Great Dane.
And a Great Dane. I have a 10-year old, an 8-year old, and a 6-year old.
Okay, now I have an 8-year-old. My daughter's name is Olivia, and she's a handful. I could imagine 3.
That was the daughter name that I wanted, but I got out I got outed for not
I voted.
outed. I got outvoted because my mom didn't like it, and my husband wanted something musical, so we named her Melody.
Oh,
And then I got outvoted for the second name too. I wanted something like Vivian, but instead we mixed our mom's names together. So my husband's mom's name is Magdalena, which I was not going to name my daughter that because
Why not?
I
uh,
don't
Is that
blame
too
you. I don't
Mexican
blame
or what?
it's very formal, and I didn't see myself as having very serious children because I'm not a very serious person. And then my mom's name is Sandy, so Handy. Her name's Mandy, and
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. My friend Amanda was like, "You named your daughter after me," and I was like, "No, girl, no,
Yes,
no, no,
girlfriend.
no,
Yes, of
no,
course I did. You could have given it to her.
no
You could
way,
have told
no,
her,
no
yeah.
way."
You could
She
have
would have
told her.
got good gifts during
Now,
the birthday party.
You're right. I should have done that. I should have done
I
that.
we named her Olivia because my first name's Oraldo, and
There you go.
wife's maiden name last name is Olivares. So that's the
There
only
you
one
go.
we
See, that's
agreed with.
pretty. See, it
Yes,
makes sense.
See,
yes.
and
I
I
Go
named
ahead.
mine Louis, and my second one was Emilio after Emilio,
Oh,
Emilio
okay.
Nice.
J actually. So I was in the Tejano. We were back then. It was the Tejano was going strong,
Oh
so
yeah.
we named him after that. Yeah, and then baby girl
I
is
mean,
Anastasia.
Tejano was huge. How old is your son?
He just turned 30. He's going to turn 31
Oh,
So
in
so
you
he's
named him when Tejano music was like,
yeah,
pow.
yeah.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
back in the day. Back
I
whenever we
tell you
met you.
what, I tell this story I do shows at retirement homes, and I like to do songs. I because I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't hit those power notes. Like I'm not going and singing Celine Dion songs anymore like I used to. So most of the songs that I do are men songs. So, and one of the songs that I do is Fireman by George Strait, which I do a really great impersonation of George Strait. But I tell this story about when I was younger, I was a horseback rider.
Okay.
And my mom, I mean, I liked horses, but I wasn't really into country music or anything like that. And my mom took me to this country western clothing store to buy clothes that I had to wear when I showed my horses. You know, I went to competitions with my horses.
How old were you?
I was 8 or 9, somewhere around there. I was just a baby. And I walked into the dressing room there at Cavender's Boot City in San Antonio. And on the inside of the dressing room, there's a poster of a man with the most amazingly fitted pants I've ever seen on a human being.
Uh-oh.
And there was 2 of them. There was a man on this side, and I guess they do that. You know, it's like a beer ad, but for chicks. And I was like, that's what did it for me. I saw a picture of Tight Pants McGee himself, Mr. Emilio Novita,
Oh,
and and George Strait.
right.
That those guys could sell a pair of Wranglers like nobody else. and that's why I stayed showing horses for so long, so I could go back to Cavender's Boot City.
Just so you can see those posters.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. But yeah, I tell that story to my retirement home gig people. They get a kick out of it.
So
That's
do you
cool.
only buy Wranglers now?
I couldn't fit into a pair of Wranglers now if you paid me $1 million. They don't make them in my size.
Did you do the Rockies and all that back in the day?
I did, man.
Yeah.
I used to lay back on my bed and try and suck my gut in and do the zipper like that. Zip it up. And
I remember back in the day. This is before I got introduced to Tejano. I used to have a pair of Cavaricis. Those.
yeah, Z
You remember those?
Cavaricis.
That was probably the tail end when you saw it like that. It had
MC
Cavaricis.
Hammer pants.
Yes, I had.
Oh wow!
Those. I
Is that
was
what they
rocking
called?
those. Yeah, Cavaricis was the.
They were
baggies.
stonewashed jeans. They were high rise, and they always
Oh.
had some weird little design in the front where your
Mine were
pockets
jeans.
were.
Mine were
And
jeans.
they tethered at the ankle.
Yes.
Yeah, I was the
And if
Jinkles guy.
they didn't, you had to do that thing where you fold
Yeah,
your
the
ankle
cuff
and
and
roll it
tie
up.
it.
And cuff, yeah.
It took me a long time to figure out how to do it correctly. Only the cool kids knew that, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't share that information.
They
until
wouldn't share
later.
that. Mine
Do you have
always
pictures?
came undone.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
have
do you have
pictures?
pictures of your Z Cavarici days?
Oh no. No,
It was Z
No, no, no,
Cavarici
no, no, no,
pants
no, no, no,
and
no,
those
no, no, no.
Reeboks, those high top Reebok shoes.
The
And
pump?
I swear that was like, no, this was before pumps. It was just regular like the cheerleader shoes. They were Reebok high tube or British Knights. Oh
British
my gosh, I'm
Knights.
so old.
Or the ponies. The ponies. Remember the ponies too?
I
The
can't
ponies,
remember
I remember the ponies. I remember Pumas. But Pumas are still around, right?
Yeah.
Puma?
that. Okay.
I don't know. Am I
Now-
showing my age?
No, well, okay. Back in the 90s, we were talking about the 90s back then at the prime time. That's the first time I met you. And I want to see if you remember, I did
Yeah.
something that kind of grossed you out when I did
Gonna-
it.
Did you pick
gonna
your
gross
nose?
out the audience.
Did you pick
No,
your
I didn't
nose?
pick my nose, but I've done that before. Okay.
Scratch your booty?
Okay.
Smell your fingers?
No, 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 no.
I've seen that. I've seen
Okay.
that.
Not for me, you haven't. I keep those to myself. Okay.
Okay.
But you were on this because I used to do a show called Tejano Time, and
okay.
it was a music video show, and you were in. You okay?
Yeah, I was like, I that scared the heck out of me because I just saw my daughter, and I was like, "There's somebody sitting behind me." It's my
Okay.
daughter. That's
Oh.
Mandy. Say hi, Mandy.
Hey, Mandy.
Hi. Okay, sorry.
All right.
You were saying?
And you were in the music video "Estúpido Romántico" with
Oh, yeah.
Grupo Más. Okay. Oh,
I
she just did
burned
a
my
cartwheel.
butt on the set
Yeah,
of that because they had the light can right there, right behind me.
Oh, during the video?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay. She did a cartwheel behind you. I don't know
Yeah.
if you do that.
Hey, cut it out.
Okay.
Good at it.
No, my daughter loves doing cartwheels also, like that.
Yeah.
But I met. Okay, I met you backstage at the TMA Awards. Okay.
Okay.
And this was the day before. Okay.
Okay.
I think you might have been 15 or 16. Back
Were we
then.
at the Alamo Dome?
Yes, it was at the Alamo Dome.
Okay.
Okay.
How old were you? I thought about
Me?
I don't know,
No.
like 15. Yeah, like
You were?
14 or 15.
I didn't
She
know
was
you were
my
that
sister.
young whenever I saw you that over there.
Yes. I do my
looked
research.
I looked very mature because I
You
had
did.
a lot of
I-
makeup on.
I didn't know you
and
were that
about
young.
Yes.
an entire can of Aquanet in my hair, and I was very buxom back then.
I thought you were probably late teens, early 20s. But
That's
when I
what
started doing,
I actually got a job working for the Gambrinus company, who sells Corona beer, all those beers. They hired me to. They flew me down to Cancun, and I did their convention. And the only reason I was able to get the job was because they were convinced that I was 21 years old, even though I was only 15 at the time.
Did you go with your
And,
mom? How'd that work?
I had to go with my mom, and they
Well, in
flew us both
Mexico-
out there.
Mexico, they don't have a drinking age, do they?
Oh, I don't know, but I was
No,
like,
not back
I'm
then.
going. I
If
don't
you're
care
old
what
enough to
this
buy
is.
it, you're old enough to drink it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I had fun. Anyways, you were saying you
Okay.
did something gross.
and so
Yeah.
I s- I
Let's get the
saw-
gross part.
Okay. Well, I don't think it
Right?
was that
Huh?
gross. I don't remember, but I'm going to see if you remember this, okay? I saw you backstage, and I think your mom was with you too. So, and I asked you, we do an interview? And I said, yeah. And so we were just chatting because my camera guy was doing like that. And so I was chewing gum. All right. And so I don't do an interview with the gum. So what I did, like, I took my gum and I put it on my mic like
Oh,
this, like that. And you go, ick, like that, because that mic was going to go close to your mouth and you were going to hold it like that.
oh, I
And so I was just
see.
holding it. You
I
don't
was
remember
being
that, do you?
cute. No,
Okay.
I didn't. I don't really
So
think it was gross. I was being cute.
was
Yeah.
that a common thing? People like to do that? I thought
I
I was the
never
only one.
saw that before that day,
Yeah,
but
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
I've seen them take it out and put it on other
What
stuff.
what
What?
what
That
I don't like is when you put it behind your
I
ear.
mean,
I've seen people do that. Put it behind your ear. I'm
Really?
like, ew! Don't put anything
I think
behind your
I
ears
did
because
that too because you said, "Ew." Okay, so I guess I put it
yeah,
behind my ear.
Why did you
gross,
swallow it?
Why didn't I?
grody to the max.
It
Put
was
it
in
under the table.
no,
Yeah,
it
under
was
the
in the
chair.
hallway. It was in the hallway
Put
like
it on the
that.
wall.
We had,
Oh,
you know what? If, I should have clipped that out and put it on the show as a clip, but I
there
didn't.
you.
I
Oh, you
got that
have
one.
it. You have the clip. I
Yes.
don't have any clips of me from back then. I have one interview that I did, like the first touring show that I did with Joe. There was a lady there, and she did an interview with me. And I have a video clip of that from forever ago. And I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know how I was able to do all of those interviews. I was incredibly shy, and later in life, I was diagnosed with social anxiety disorder.
Is that
I
And
right?
would have never thought that.
yeah,
Like
well,
that.
I mean, like I said, I was trained when I did beauty pageants before I did Tejano music, and they sent me to somebody to teach me how to speak because before the only thing that I said was well, like and well,
Yeah.
and like
Like,
Valley stuff. Valley girl stuff.
yeah.
and
That's how all 14, 15-year old girls talk like
that's
that.
what I'm saying. But
Yes.
they taught me to think about what you were going to say before you finished a sentence. It says it's better just to have an awkward silence than to say things like
Yeah. But
and so
Do you still do
I was
that? Do you still
trained.
do that? Do you still think about before you say it? I don't
I
think that.
do.
Do
I do
you?
still.
you have a
I
filter?
do that, and I tell my students that as well. I tell them to think about what they're going to say because they do have things that people want to hear. As somebody asks you
Okay.
a question, they want an answer, and you owe it to them to really think about what that answer is going to be,
Hmm.
and just to
Just to
speak.
just to cover
Sorry.
myself, I want to make sure everybody that I used to be a high school, middle school teacher,
He
so I
he
don't
does
hang
this.
around 14, 15-year-olds on a regular like that. But what I did, because in my class, that's what they used to go, maybe, cool.
Mm,
So you
uh,
interrupt
uh,
her
uh,
story just to say that.
I'm sorry. I don't
23.
want
Yeah,
anybody to
like
think
she was
I'm
No,
on a
just,
that's
roll.
that was it. That was the end of the
yeah,
story.
I
I
did.
do tell my students that, and that's one of the first things I say is you can't just be a singer and sound good and stand on stage. There's so much more to it. There's all these interviews. You have to watch what you say. You have to. It's like you have to write your own story. These are the things that I am interested in, and these are the things I can talk about. These are the things that
Right.
I should never talk about. That
Like
I
what?
learned
What was it you not
you
supposed to
should
talk about?
never talk crap about people. That was
Oh,
one of the first lessons that I learned, and I learned it the hard way
Yes.
because that stuff always comes back to you. This industry, as big as it seems, is incredibly small.
Okay.
And every person that you talk bad about, then you're just known as a person that just talks bad. Like nobody's going to trust that if you're saying something nice to them, that you
yeah.
really mean it when you turn around and stab them in the back and say some crap about them.
Nemo needs
So
some of those lessons because he's always trying to get me in trouble
No, no,
here.
no. It's like, well, one of the first questions I saw, you were at the podium at the TTMA Awards, and I asked you, who do you like better, Joe or Jimmy?
oh
And
my God, what did I say?
you just gave me this like go to hell look. You
Yeah,
didn't answer.
that's it.
I said, and I
Well,
didn't know you.
frankly, back then,
Yeah,
I mean, y'all got to understand, because I was so young, I wasn't really allowed to hang out with
yeah.
Right.
anybody like that. So I didn't get to know them.
Hmm.
So I couldn't really form a preference because my relationship with them was strictly on stage and
Right.
nothing else. So
That's good.
yeah,
Good for you,
Now,
because
yeah,
you didn't want to really hang around them anyway. You're
yeah,
14
yeah.
years old.
no.
You don't have
Good.
anything in common with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, I don't. I don't like drugs and women. That wasn't my like.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
That wasn't a good. good area for a 14-year-old. Period.
It was, and I don't know who said that would have been a good idea for me, but it was. And, you know, and the other thing was that I didn't know anything about Tejano music. I had only known pop music all these years. Before I released anything in the Tejano genre, I had a song on KTFM here in San Antonio when they did pop music, and I had a song called "Treat Her Like a Lady." That song got mixed at Capitol Records by Al Schmidt, who's one of the greatest music engineers of all time. Worked right out of Capitol Records, like in the Capitol Records building, and so I did some things
Right.
before Tejano music. I did the don't laugh. I'm laughing at myself. Oh my god. I did the I can't believe
You
I'm
didn't
saying
know
this.
Spanish back then either.
No, I didn't. I still don't know Spanish,
Yeah,
but I
she's just like you, right?
I know, just like
Uh,
me.
oh my
I
god.
suck.
I did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle tour.
Yes.
Uh, and that
With your
was
brother, right?
with my brother and all
Yes.
of my best friends who are all still my friends to this day. And some of them still work in the entertainment industry. David Infante is a TV producer.
so what does that
Um,
consist of? The Teenage Mutant Ninja
oh, it was
Turtle.
cool. We got dressed up like the actual characters.
Were you one?
No,
No.
I got to memorize the
Yeah.
script and I worked the face.
Okay.
So I was Michelangelo. So
Move the eyes,
I
the
had to
mouth,
know
and
when
stuff
he
like that.
Okay.
spoke, and I was like
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. I had a little machine that would blink the eyes and move the mouth, and
Yeah.
I would have to look left and right, and I had this little thing, and that was my job to make Michelangelo speak. Well, sometimes Michelangelo's head malfunctioned, and when it closed, you can't see anything and you can't breathe. And my brother played the part of Michelangelo. He was the dancer in the Michelangelo
Oh wow.
costume. So when he was like, and then he has to like sort of dance off stage, and then there's a whole crew of people fixing his helmet. And you know, I did some things before Tejano. I think people just think that that's all I did was that one. What I think we did, what, two albums with Maz in the beginning, or one, I don't remember.
You
I
you
think
did
it's
a
And then
good.
I
stars.
It's good.
broke away and did my own stuff. I did the Janet tour, and then came back and did
You've
another.
been with some cool people. I mean, cool
Yes.
celeb. Done a lot of stuff.
I almost did a Kirk Franklin gospel tour with Sheila
Wow. Wow.
E. and the
Oh,
E
that would have
Street
been cool.
Family Band, and we were in rehearsals and everything. We were getting ready. I was learning the "Joyful, Joyful Lord, we get Dorothy," the
I
one that he
remember
does
that.
from the Sister Act movie.
Mhm.
Yes.
And man, I love projects like that because I feel like I'm really being challenged. There's like a 5-part harmony in that song, and they kept asking me, "Do you hear the part?" And I was like, "No, I don't hear the part. Sing it to me so I can figure it out. I want to be as talented as you people in this room." I'm not saying that I'm like super talented, but I've always been like a pretty, like the pretty good, like the best singer. I'm not saying I'm the best singer, but I've always been
You've been a great
a
singer.
upper
You
tier
are a great
singer.
singer.
Yeah,
But
you are a great
in
singer.
that room that day with that Kirk Franklin tour, I don't think I even should have been there. I'm glad that they thought I was capable, but once I got into the room and I saw what it took to do that tour, I was like, "There's no way. I need like a whole another couple of years of training to even sit in the room with these people. They're so talented, and
When
they're all
I
still touring."
when I found out Capitol Records shelved you, that
Oh,
pissed me off.
Sony shelved me.
So
Yeah.
Sony. Oh, that just pissed me off.
What does that mean exactly?
It means they
Go
sign
ahead.
you to a production deal, and once you sign, you can't get a deal with anybody else. So they have your contract and they put it on the shelf, and then they don't do anything with you. They get you out of the way so that you're not in the way of the artists that they're going to promote. You are a
Oh,
threat to their acts.
so who
So
are they
they
promoting?
Jennifer Lopez.
Who
Really?
just finished
At
doing the
that
Selena
time, J
song.
Lo had just gotten
Sony.
signed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was 1998, 1999, 2000, around that time. And I was stuck in that contract. I couldn't go to another record label to try and get a record deal,
Okay.
and Sony wouldn't do anything with me.
So how many
So
years?
I don't know. Who
Yeah.
cares at this point?
They showed you like 4 or 5 years, or 2 or 3 or one, or
It's
I
probably 2 or 3 years. They don't have 5 years.
don't know,
Probably not
but
5 year
that's
contract.
enough time to lose interest apparently.
yeah.
So, and I had a bunch of other things
Those
again
are
that I was
dog
doing.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, those were
Wow.
important years. Those were my skinny years. Ooh, if I could just go back to those days.
Oh, you know what? I did a lot of research, and I was love. I teach from 9:30 to 12:30, and as soon as I could get out of class, I started watching more of your videos. And there was, hold on a second. There, oh man, I can't remember. There was a video. I think it was called the All Right video, and you had a white jacket, and this is one of your earlier years, and you were singing. I enjoyed that. I played that 2 or 3 times on YouTube,
Ah,
like
all
that.
right.
I think it was called All Right. Gosh,
Oh,
I,
when I was in Miami in Florida, we did a show at Disneyland or Disney.
oh, was
Which one
that a
is in
Disney
Florida?
thing?
Is it Disneyland or Disney World? I don't know. One of the Disneys in Florida, the Florida Disney, and it was a huge Latin music event for I don't know if it was New Year's or
Yeah,
what they were.
feeling. It was called Feeling All Right, and it was on YouTube
Celia
with.
Cruz was there.
Oh, that's cool. You got your
Tito Puente Jr. Tito
Oh
Puente,
wow.
the original Tito Puente was there.
right.
He winked at my mom, and I was like, Tito Puente
Nice.
just winked at your mom. And yeah, I loved that song. That was one of the songs that played on KTFM. And the lady that does the intro, that's my Aunt Gloria.
Oh wow.
I mean, did you hear her voice? Like, come on, like it's in the family. She was like,
Is that the one that wanted to hang out with y'all during the Moss concerts?
uh, I don't know, maybe. I always had at least 15 family members with me at
Oh,
any
okay.
given moment. So,
Of
but yeah,
course.
she was one of my favorites because she could sing like nobody's business, and I loved having her on that project, having her with us. She passed away recently,
Oh,
but
your
not
aunt.
before recording a bunch of gospel music over at Gibby's studio.
Okay.
But they never released that album. But a friend of mine put all of her songs together on a CD, and we were all given it at her funeral, and it's incredible. She's got one of the best voices that I've ever heard.
Okay.
So
Now you, why don't you leak those songs? Like I think you said in one of the interviews that you did Sevi was wanted you to do a song and you never released it and you gave it to a friend of yours, and they released it to the other and it blew up, and then they asked you to come back and release an album or something like that. Or am
well,
I
what
mixing up a
happened?
story? I'm probably mixing it up.
I recorded. Well, I wrote a song.
Okay.
And this was after I had already recorded something with Sevi. Sevi was like, let's just record anything. And I said no to Sevi for years because after I had my children, my voice was kind of messed up. And I couldn't really sing the way that I wanted to.
Okay.
All of my like control was gone. Like my mind would think of a note, but my voice would sing something else. And even at church, I would try to sing just like the lower harmony parts, and I couldn't do it. And I spent a great number of years crying, trying to get my voice back. And it always took 2 years of training to get me to be able to sing again, not at peak
Right.
singing quality, not the way I remember singing, but just enough to hit the stage and just do some local things. I've been performing with some local cover bands only because I didn't think my voice was capable of doing anything real anymore.
In San
Um,
Antonio, where at?
yeah, here in San Antonio, I played with the Top Shelf Band and an Entourage Band, and sometimes my brother's rock band, Ten Stick, and then the Mad Wagon, and I think they're called the Kingsmen. So he just put his rock band back together. So I've rejoined my brother's band, which is now called the
Okay.
Kingsmen, and we've got some shows set up. But I just I've never really gotten my voice back the way I wanted it.
Wow.
Okay.
But now that I've been doing these retirement home gigs, I said this is what retirement looks like for me. Is
Okay.
going to retirement home gigs. This is calm for me. There's no stress, and I like it a lot.
Do you have a
And
piano in front of you? Or what do you have?
No, I have this little EV tower sound system, and I just play karaoke tracks and I sing.
Okay.
I do really chill music. I do like Little River Band, reminiscing.
Oh
You don't want to get them
wow.
Uh,
hyped up, or
yeah, I don't want to get them too. I We do some hype stuff. I do La Bamba and I do some
Okay.
Elvis Presley. I tell them I'm the worst Elvis Presley impersonator in the world. And
I
then
don't believe it.
I come out with and I make sure I shake my hair and I shake my and you know I
Yeah.
do a comedy act basically,
Right.
and they crack up, and then I flip the script and do I don't know, like Tennessee whiskey or something, and
uh-oh, like a
so
love song?
I try to have a full spectrum of entertainment for whatever
For
show that I do.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do any of them ever cry and say, "Oh, I
Oh,
remember that"?
yes. I have a few that cry, but only when I do Spanish songs. Like if I sing Sabor a mí
Okay.
or Como han pasado los años, that
Oh,
she just immediately, as soon as the song begins,
yeah.
she does this thing and she starts crying. And
Yeah.
oh man, I ended up crying at this last gig. I sang Con los años que me quedan, and I don't know why. I think I'm going through the change. So I'm very, I'm very hormonal and emotional. Maybe I think that's what it is. But I cry at everything. I would cry at commercials.
Yeah.
So I think it's an old lady thing.
Oh no no no
Old
no
lady
no no no
now.
no no no. I cry all the time. I cry. Facebook makes me cry because they send those
Wow.
pictures of your kids.
Wow.
Like
Oh
when my
yeah.
daughter was a little baby, I go, "Oh, she's growing so fast!" Like tears of joy. But I'm a little
Is
sad that she's growing so fast.
the young years before they started talking back.
Yeah. Hey, now you said you do old retirement home. We're not gonna say old folks home, but
Wow,
Yeah.
you just
now,
did.
well,
Just
I,
it's
I,
it.
I
I don't
suppose.
mind
Now,
old folks home.
Shelly says she's gonna start doing end of life stuff like that, and I'm
I
sure
think
that
she was already doing it. I
right,
saw her at
Yeah, she's doing.
HEB about a
right.
year ago in the parking lot.
Okay, so you do run into each other in some of these
Oh yeah,
homes.
yeah.
Okay,
She was on her way to go see one of her patients,
okay.
and I was like, Shelly. She was in like
So,
scrubs,
which
you know.
HEB is this one? Like, what? What?
It was the
what
HEB off of I-10 and Hebner,
okay, because I'm gonna
and
start visiting that HEB because that's the one you posted that you saw Jay Bettis to, and you're like starstruck. You
I
said,
saw Jay Bettis at the HEB off of Babcock and Prue.
"Oh, okay,
And
all right,
apparently he lives near there. Apparently we're like neighbors
yeah."
basically. And I'm like,
Uh
dude,
oh.
can we hang out though? But can we hang out though? But can I just come to your house and like we can
And you
sing
know, you said you
karaoke
were like,
songs?
What would you do?
starstruck, and
I was starstruck because I saw him and I
but
had
you've
just
hung out with Janet Jackson and stuff. I mean, how does that
Yes.
happen? How do
I
you
get
get
starstruck
starstruck
with
with?
Janet Jackson too. Look, I was so starstruck through that entire tour. I don't have one single picture with Janet.
Oh,
Aw.
That's social anxiety disorder. And when I saw Homeboy at the HEB, and I had just bought like a big bag of dog food, and when I turned and I saw him, I guess I shook my cart a little too much, and the dog food fell off
oh
of my
no!
cart, and I was like, and I grabbed the dog food and I like ran to the other aisle, and I was like in the other aisle, just like sort of pacing for a little bit, thinking, how do I say hi to Jay Bettis? Like I don't even know, but what does one say to Jay? Uh,
What would you do if he invited you to your house with Roxy and all that? What would you?
I'd lose my shit. I
So,
would, I
so how did you say hi?
would.
Did you say hi?
He's, I did. I ended up
Oh, okay.
being brave and I was like, Becky, don't be a wuss. And I put my stuff back in my cart and I turned the corner again and I was like, do you remember me? Like, I was like, can I give you a hug? And he was like, hey, girl. I don't know
Yeah.
if he recognized me or not, but I was not looking good that day. I was dressed like
Hey
a
girl
bag
doesn't
lady.
mean hey girl means he doesn't remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he remember.
He
I don't
would
think
have
he
said, "Hey
recognized me.
Rebecca" or "Hey Becky" or
Yeah.
something like that.
I told him, I said, you probably don't recognize me because I have to downplay my looks so men won't try and attack me all the time. That's why I look like this because
My
you know
wife.
I have
Yeah.
to make it even. I have to make it fair for the other women, so I have to downplay my looks. I didn't know what to say.
And he said, "I get it, girl.
Yeah.
Leave me
My
alone."
wife, my wife gets ticked off at me
Security.
if I call her sweetie because she knows
I
back in the day I used to if I
Oh,
I'm
you
terrible
called
with
all the
names.
ladies
I
sweetie.
called
Hi,
everybody
sweetie.
sweetie. If I can't remember that, my wife hates it. It's like, hey, sweetie. And she goes, don't you ever call me that.
Right? Did you
Wow.
forget my name, honey?
Yes.
Let me call you Sweet Cheeks.
Oh,
Tootsie Roll. Hey, my
What
little Tootsie Roll. Sorry.
what do you call your husband?
Darwin.
Darwin.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Or babe. Hey,
yeah.
you,
It's
you.
common.
By
Yeah.
the way,
Sometimes with
But
my kids, I say, hey, whatever your name is.
he's from Puerto Rico. You said right?
no,
He's
he's
from El
Salvadorian.
Salvador.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Salvador.
See, I
he's
do my
Salvadorian.
research.
He's got that very strong Salvadorian look.
Have you
His
ever
his
been?
his ears. Yes, we went for my daughter's second birthday so that we could introduce our first birthday. I don't know, one of the birthdays. I think it's her first birthday. We took her down there so she could meet
Meet the
her
family.
grandma and her grandpa. In El Salvador, they had two earthquakes while we were there. And right
Sweet.
before we got there, the volcano erupted, so there was like soot and stuff everywhere, and it was January and 1,000 degrees. So I don't know if they have a winter in Central America. Maybe I don't. It was
Are they near
so
the
hot.
coast?
It's on a coast. It's San Salvador is the city where they live.
That
Okay.
oh,
But
so that's near the coast.
it was very interesting. The I think the thing that threw me the most was the economy. Like everything there, they use the dollar. They use the American dollar bill down
Okay.
there at that time.
Oh,
And now they added Bitcoin. You could use Bitcoin. I don't know how
right.
that works,
Yeah.
but everything was like twice as expensive as it was in the U.S. And
Really?
everybody makes like a
But
third of what you would make
yeah,
here in the U.S.
it's
Everybody
It's
works off a
twice as
commission.
expensive. Really?
yeah, it's
It's so
imported.
expensive down
Everything
No,
is
no.
there.
Like
It's
imported
say
there.
hamburgers.
ridiculous.
You go out to eat and you buy a
We went to the Home Depot. They have a Home Depot thing down
yeah,
Yeah.
there, like an actual Home Depot.
El Home Depot.
And we went in there to go buy some things for Darwin's mom's house. And and first of all, because it's commission based, you have like five
People
people
on you.
coming at you. Hey, well, can I
Right.
go? How can I help you? I was like, we just need like a bathroom sized trash bucket, just little things, for the bathroom.
Right.
And yeah, everybody's here trying to sell you something. And then I saw the price and I was like, are you freaking kidding me for just a piece of plastic to throw your trash in?
It's
Why are we paying
import prices.
$30 when it should be like $15? If we were in the United States, it would be like $15. Why is it so expensive? And then it turned out it was like that wherever we went. We went to
Yeah.
a mall down there.
That's why you go to La
Uh,
Pulga or where they go.
well, they
Agrícola.
have like a legit mall it's like a 4-story building, and even inside that mall, there's the makeup counter is like it's like uh, um, it's like a pharmacy
Okay.
like we would have here, but it was inside the mall. And I was like, I found that sort of peculiar. But then we went in and I was just looking at some eyeliners or something. And of course, there's people that walk up, oh, is this the eyeliner you want? And I'm like, well, I picked it up off the shelf, so I guess I want it. And they're just all trying to sell you things because everything is commission based. And I just felt bad.
All right.
And they're like, who helped you? And I was like,
That is Salvadorian over there.
what? I said, I know that I didn't get her name. There was like 4 people that helped me. Can I give you describe all of them to you, and maybe they can each get a commission?
Yeah.
But they're like, no, you got to pick one. I was like,
No.
dang, okay, well, who's it gonna be?
Team
Uh,
Marin de dos Mengwe,
yeah.
Kukarmako.
So that
I,
was that was eye
I
opening.
I feel sorry for your husband.
I know. I feel
Wow.
No,
bad
no, no,
for him
no.
too.
Wait a second. Let me explain. Because he has 3 daughters. Your
Oh,
husband's good looking. You're
he
good
is.
looking. It's going to be hell to get the boys away from your daughters when they
Our
grow up.
our daughters are very good looking. I can tell already that they're going to be gorgeous. And I told
Eh,
Darwin, I don't know
It's, it's
what
going to
we're
be
going to do.
madness.
Here's what my plan was. This is my plan.
Okay.
So look, some people they have guns. I don't think that's intimidating enough to a teenage
Machete.
boy. I want a machete. I said, I want a whole collection of machetes on the wall so that when that boy gets to my house, I'll be sharpening my machetes when he comes in. Oh, hello. How are you?
Put a
Yes.
little
What is your
fake blood
name?
on it. Put a little
Oh, I
fake blood on
see.
it.
Yeah, no, I'm just here cleaning my weapons of war because I like to get in close when I kill. No, I'm just kidding. But I am afraid. I am very afraid
Right.
Because if the girls are anything like me, and they all have my personality. Um, Boys are gonna like them. I can't help it. I'm fun. I can't help it.
Are you gonna put them in the business?
I'm trying not to, but they're talented, so I don't know.
So, have you ever brought your daughters up to stage to sing with you?
I brought them on stage because I didn't have a babysitter. Um,
That's cool.
we do.
Yeah.
I would do shows at the Pulga here in town. It's called. I forgot what it's called, but it's the great big one that we have here in town. And Top Shelf would go and do performances after church, in the afternoon, and I would take the girls with me. And all the band members, they have their wives, and the wives always volunteer to watch the girls. I'm like, please
Oh, that's
volunteer.
nice.
But yeah, sometimes they just sat on the stage with me while I sang. And my youngest one, she doesn't know, or she doesn't recognize the word no.
Okay.
And I kept telling her, I need the mic back, sweetie. I gotta sing. I need you to give me that mic. Mommy's go. The songs my part's coming. I need that. I need the mic. And she was like, no, I'm not giving you the mic. So then I had to hold her so that she could hold the mic so that I could sing into the mic while she held it for me. And it
Oh,
was
that's awesome.
fun. It was great.
Yeah.
I have a picture of that, actually, of me holding one of my daughters while sitting on the drum stand.
Okay.
So I think eventually they're going to do something. Right now, one of my daughters is doing the morning announcements at her school. So she's into like TV production, and they're
Oh,
teaching
cool.
her all about sound equipment and videography, and general production and organization for the continuity and stuff like that. She's learning about television production, which I think she's really enjoying. Plus, she likes to be the boss.
Yes.
She's the
What?
My
firstborn,
daughter
so
does too.
she's the bossy one. She
Now,
tells me what to do.
okay, like I said, I did research. You were like the vocal coordinator manager for a high school TV show?
No, I was a vocal instructor for a nonprofit organization called the Network for Young Artists. It's still open to this day. It's unlimited classes. You get guitar lessons, you get piano lessons, drumming lessons, vocal lessons, stage performance lessons.
Oh, that's what you
Uh,
do currently.
no, that's what I did. I
Oh,
tried to do it after I had kids, but like I said, I didn't. It because it's a nonprofit. We only get paid very, very, very little. I'm talking
yeah.
very, 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 very. It's basically volunteer work.
I'm a teacher. If you,
So
I don't
I
know
would
if you knew
have,
that.
yeah,
We know. We know.
I
Well,
would
Rebecca
have.
might not know.
I
Go
think you
ahead.
Well,
told her like
it's
4 times already.
Yeah,
I did.
it was
Okay.
like $30
Oh, I
or
did.
$40 a class, and I would have like 6 to 15 kids in each class, depending. But it's a great program. But I didn't have a babysitter, so my kids would sit in the class with me, and they were much younger back then. So we're talking, I got to change diapers while teaching. I had to stop the class to take my daughter to the bathroom because she was potty trained already, and I was like, this isn't working out. Not because I don't want to do it or I'm not having fun. I just it's inappropriate
Three
after,
girls too.
yeah, three at a time. So
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I can continue. But the program is still there. It's nya.us. And it's a fantastic program. They even book you performances so you can get used to being on stage, and you can take everything that you've learned and actually apply it to actual audiences. So they perform at like Oyster Bake, on TV in the mornings. They do so many different things around town, especially during Fiesta. And it is a tremendous program. And I recommend it to anybody if you're in the San Antonio area. I mean, we do have other programs. They cost obviously a lot more money. I think it's like the School of Rock. I think that's
Oh,
Michael and the Max does that program. I
okay.
forgot what his last name is. But that's a fantastic program. I've seen the children that come out of that program. They're extremely talented. And I think music in general is a great way to teach. Uh,
Yes.
everything ties into music. There's math, there's art, and with production, there's organization. Again, like I always tell everybody, you have to have all your ducks in a row. You can't just
Yes.
sing well and have makeup on, and then that's it. Like you're going to be famous. That it takes so much more
Unless you're a
than just.
TikToker, right?
Oh, I know. God, I wish I knew how to do the algorithm. I wish I could just get famous for or rich, just
Ye-
showing
Yeah.
pictures of my feet. I think there's women out there that do that.
Yeah,
I'd
there
like to
is.
know
That's
because
And
OF.
I
That's
think my
OF.
feet are quite attractive when I
okay,
shave them.
yeah.
Okay.
But
You have hair on your toes?
I am. I'm a little
No.
hobbit. I am. I'm the female hobbit. If they asked me to be in the movie, I
Pay
wouldn't
extra for
need those
hair.
prosthetic feet. I would just go out with my feet.
So what's going on with you and no babysitter? I mean, you can't just say, "Hey, this is Rebecca. I need a babysitter," and you don't have like people that. Or how about
No,
like the
well,
hubby? He's not a good
No,
babysitter, or
well, he works
he
too,
works.
so he has to go to work. My other issue was just like, who do I trust?
who do you trust? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
have 3 daughters, and like I said, they are very
Yeah, you're right.
nice
You're
and
absolutely
and accommodating, and I wouldn't want them to accommodate the wrong people.
right.
And nowadays, it seems like the predators are the people that you
They're,
know and
they're
trust.
close
It
to
could
you.
be
Yeah.
It's not
anybody.
nowadays. It's always been that way.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always been that way, but we know now that
Yeah.
Yeah.
that a predator looks like everybody else. So
I
I'm
mean,
like, no, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I definitely don't trust you.
yeah.
I'm just gonna take my kids with me, and they're just gonna sit on stage, and that's that way I know. Oh my gosh! One time, I had this shirt that has a zipper.
Okay.
Okay, I think you know where I'm going with this. I
Yeah.
had a shirt with a
Malfunction.
zipper,
For your
and I
daughters.
had picked my daughter up, and it was
Oh,
at Market Square here in San Antonio,
oh goodness.
Okay.
and it was packed.
Yeah.
A Janet Jackson incident happened.
I had a Janet Jackson incident on stage. Luckily, nobody had their cameras out because I didn't like receive any weird blackmail
Okay.
emails or nothing like that. But it happens, and
She got new fans.
I have the equipment, so I was like, "Ooh." So I had to turn around, and
They
I
did.
gave the drummer a
A
show,
show.
unfortunately. But I fixed my shirt, and it was done. And then
Nobody
we
came
went
up, started
home.
giving you dollars.
Oh my gosh, that would have been great. I was like, tips, yes, that's what I need. Would you want me to pull it out again? Will you give me more if I just whip it out? Because
So tell us some stuff back in the day. I mean, you were a young kid
Wait,
and
wait,
stuff.
wait, wait. Before
You
you do
probably.
that, before you
Oh,
do that,
but wait.
you had said something, and through my research,
Oh,
you
here we go.
study mathematics.
me? Oh, I
Yeah.
took. Okay, you're gonna laugh.
Okay, because you said
After
that in a
the
bio or
Janet
something like that.
tour, ended, I I sort of got. I mean, you have to understand. I was 18. I was the youngest person on that tour.
Right.
That was my first time being by myself without my mom curtailing me, or so. I mean, I guess I didn't really have a filter of how to speak to people,
Okay.
and sometimes the wrong words would come out, and I would look at me. I'm ridiculous, but now I know
You're
how to
awesome.
use that
You're awesome.
ridiculous and use it to my benefit. But back then, I had no idea. And also, you have to understand that Janet Jackson and that entire crew, they're all like Jehovah's Witnesses. They're very, very conservative. Even though Janet's
Really?
boobs are out, they're all very conservative. Yeah. So,
Well,
like,
wait a
if
minute. I mean,
They are
she's had
Jehovah's.
she's had them pierced and stuff, showing and stuff. It's not like
yeah,
she's that conservative.
yeah, it's they don't like jokes, and I made jokes, and I was told
Wasn't
not to hang
Selena
out with
also?
Janet, huh?
Selena was Jehovah's Witness too, wasn't she?
Uh, I guess
I think they were
I think so.
conservative too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there was an issue with where people blamed Mr. Quintanilla because of because they were Jehovah's Witnesses. They thought that Mr. Quintanilla was going to stop them from giving her a blood transfusion, but she got the blood transfusion anyways. That was like a whole load of succotash.
Okay.
So,
Oh, she did.
but yeah,
See,
I do.
I've always heard differently, but okay, that's good to know.
Okay. I think we
Yeah,
froze.
Miss
No.
We're
Mia
frozen.
told me that she received the transfusion. So, it's not like he did anything or said anything. It happened, but
Oh,
she was, the damage was
it's been done.
damaging. The
Mhm.
damage was damaging.
Yeah,
It had
okay.
been done. So, which is why I don't have a fan club. Um, and that's not why I don't have a fan
Well,
club,
she's fixing to
but
get out if you need a
mostly because I
president.
don't have fans.
Okay.
No, Diosito, she's gonna get out.
No, I don't know. If she does,
She
I don't know.
really?
Uh,
I heard she's up for parole pretty soon. Yeah,
I'm surprised she survived this long.
yeah.
Like,
I'm surprised somebody
It's
didn't
been
become
what,
famous in there and say,
like
yeah,
I'm
30
the one
years
that took her out."
almost?
yeah.
Hey,
It's been probably
Ooh,
about since
scary.
'95. Yeah, it's almost 30 years.
it's
All
crazy.
all right.
It's crazy.
I think you're freezing up on the show a little bit. No,
Me?
just your
Yeah,
picture, not
yeah.
your personality
You look
is
drunk right
Uh,
now.
something.
Drunk and
all right.
high. Drunk
Okay.
and high. Hey, but speaking of drunk and high,
I love it.
tell us about back in the
That
day whenever you were touring with these people. Oh,
Okay. Uh-oh. I think we lost her. Hopefully she's refreshing. You know what? Let's get to some of the comments while she's there. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully, Rebecca, if you're still hearing us, just refresh and log back in, and you should be able to be on there. Okay. But let's see. Who do we have here? Luis, glad you're back, Nemo. What's
thank
up?
you, sir.
Hey,
Appreciate it. Glad to be
well,
back.
you didn't enjoy me? I mean, and Lawrence? Let's see. Hey, Janie. How's it going? Mark? Oh, we already said, you said the
Yahoo.
Yahoo. I
Yeah, yeah,
said,
yeah. Yeah, you did, Mark.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see. Luis. Unfortunately, Rebecca's not on right now, but I will make sure she knows that on the replay, she'll know that you said hello to her. And yes, she is very beautiful. Uh, hey, Rebecca, how's your time with Grupo Mas?
We were fixing to hear the good stories. I think maybe she did it on purpose. Just
You
me.
think? I
Yeah,
haven't.
it's like
All right.
funny. I asked her about that. It's oh,
Uh,
technical difficulties.
Nemo, you need a. I know. Wait, I think I hear her.
Oh,
I hear a dog. Is that you on your side, Nemo?
oh, maybe.
Let's see. Rebecca co-wrote with Shelley Letters, I Am a
Oh, that's
Child. Oh,
cool.
wow. I
I
did
didn't
not
know
know
that.
that for Allie. Wow.
Nice.
We should ask her about that. Let's see. Hey, Rebecca, did you know that album with Grupo Mas called Solo Para Ti? I don't
I'm
know.
sure she did. I mean, she did a lot of
Yeah.
stuff with them.
What kind of pair of Wranglers did Amelia and George Strait? Oh, that's a good question. Let's say, hey, Alfredo said hi. Any new music in the works? Well, she has a duet with Ram that she put out last year, and
She has
a
another
song.
single coming out with Stevie D. We just
Yes.
found out. Yeah,
Well, she just released one a couple months ago. With,
yeah, but she has another one that has been
right.
hasn't hit.
We were talking before the show, and she
Yeah,
said that
and
that
she broke
hasn't
it
been
here.
released yet. Yeah, she broke it here. Oh, we broke it here. So she's got another single with the DVD, Stevie D. Let's see. Hello, Rebecca. Rebecca did an awesome job in Soy Lo Prohibido. Awesome voice. She does. Did I
Prohibido.
say that right?
No, prohibido.
Okay. But hey, I
Thank
well
you, Bobby.
hopefully you know what? Maybe I should text her and say she can log back in.
She's
Or may
already on. She's right now. She's at HEB looking for somebody else.
for Jay. Okay, well, you know what? It's almost the hour anyway. We'll ask her to
Yeah,
come. We'll ask her to come back and continue because I still have a lot of questions to ask her. Okay,
she has a lot of good stories. I'm
she
sure.
does. And look, this is the most I've ever written for an artist, and I had not only did I have 3 pages, I also did front and back. And we didn't hit some of the, like she's had podcasts. I want to talk about her 2 podcasts that she's done
Yeah,
and
I definitely need to bring her
why
back
she
on.
hasn't done it. Whoops, let me get rid of that one. All right. Well, unfortunately, well, it's close to your bedtime anyway.
Yeah,
So,
I appreciate it.
but
Appreciate
we'll have
Rebecca, but I would like to stay and listen to the stories. Though I mean, not reality.
yes,
So I mean, that's perfect cliffhanger for next time we have her on.
yes. Wait for part 2,
Yeah, yeah,
but it'll be in a couple months because we have a
yeah,
lineup.
yeah.
I think who do we have next? Did I remember to tell you who is coming next week, Nemo?
No, didn't you
Okay.
say see Stevie D or something like that?
No, Stevie D is gonna be. Let me see. He's gonna be on the show. Let's see, Stevie D, October 10th.
Okay.
But Grupo Asalto.
Oh,
Maybe the lead singer will be here.
sweet.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure how many of them are going to be on the show, but they still haven't confirmed. But I have them booked for next week's show, and then so hopefully next week we'll have some of the people from Grupo Salto. Okay,
Badass.
so I really enjoyed this show,
Yeah,
and
yeah. She's cool.
she's awesome. I
She
mean,
is. She's
there's never a dull moment. You know what? I thought she. I don't know if you did. You notice what the tagline I gave her on the show? I wrote Rebecca Valadez, singer, comedian, couch potato. That's how she
she described herself.
described herself like that. And so I thought she should be a comedian, have a stand up. I think she'd be hilarious. You know, like she could do it at actually comedy uh, club, like do 15, 20
She can
minutes.
definitely do anything because she's done everything.
Yes, she is very talented. I think that would be
Yeah.
awesome. I would pay money to see her do like
I
a
like to go see her in San Antonio. You know, I mean,
yes,
I would definitely drive down there and just go jam out to those live
yes.
bands. Um, the
And
Kingsmen, was it?
I don't remember because I was in awe the entire time she was on the show.
Yeah.
And she's like me. Oh, wait. Rebecca just said, sorry. Okay. Hey, that's cool. Rebecca, just make sure you come back again soon. Okay. What does it says?
She busted it. It's okay.
She said, I'm trying to fix it, pull up the cord and okay.
No,
I
we're
have a
good.
new one.
We're
Okay.
good.
Hey, we're good, Rebecca. You're gonna have to come back. Oh, I suck. No, you don't. You don't suck. You're awesome. But it was close to Nemo's bedtime anyway. So you definitely have to come back. We're gonna have to do a
Definitely.
part two. You know what? Let's see if we can get it because we're booked up until mid-November, end of November. Maybe after Thanksgiving we'll have her back. Okay, maybe see if we could. Got kids. What did she said? Got kids, 5 chords, and don't get me about my life story. I got you. Hey, Rebecca, you need to work on your 15, 30 minutes, an hour show for a comedy show, and you'd be packing the place. You know, and you're. Oh God, I got lots of ideas for. Her. No, I'm sure.
All
She's
right.
got
Yeah,
3 kids. Okay.
I know.
All right. I'm your host.
We need to find her a babysitter though.
Yeah, or maybe we have
Oh,
Darwin, her husband, watch the kids or something.
something. Yeah,
Okay,
somebody.
yeah, somebody's got to. All right,
Maybe Laura Canales or
Laura Canales. Oh, she's got stories about Laura Canales, and I was gonna ask her about that and Patsy Torres and stuff like that. There's tons of stuff.
you
You know
heard
what?
it, Rebecca. We're going to be asking you
Yes,
more questions.
she
We need to know.
when I contacted her when she called me back because I've been trying to get her for months and
You're always stalking people. I know.
yes. Okay. You know what? I probably did stalk Rebecca,
It's
but
okay.
yes,
She's
she's
one to
worth it.
stop.
All right. She said, "What are we going to talk about?" I said, "Are you serious? You got okay, almost there." Oh,
Yeah,
Rebecca, don't worry about it. No, no, no. I do not want you on the show again today because we want you again in December or
yeah,
January. So as
yeah,
soon as we can book you. All right. Even if you make it back on the show, I'm not going to put you on there because I want you back so bad over here. Okay.
yeah.
So
Because yeah, we
let's
have
end
another
it.
hour and a half with you. Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
end it before
All
she
right.
tries
Yeah.
to come back. Okay. Love, love, love Rebecca. Okay. I'm your host, Oraldo, for It's Tejano Time.
And I'm Nemo with Tejano USA.
And you've been listening and watching Tejano Time. God,
You're
that's an
welcome.
awesome show.
You're
This is
welcome
this is like one of my favorite shows. All
for
right.
sure.
All right. Next week, Nemo.
Stephanie heard that.
Okay. Well, Stephanie knows I love her. Okay. Okay. See you next week, everybody.